like women do this, like I'm a girl's girl and all this stuff, which is great. I love that.
I think guys do that as well.
You think they do that too?
Yeah, bro code. What are you mad? What, you're slamming my girl and like, It happens in house.
Hello. Hi guys, and welcome to episode 141 of the Two T's podcast. I am Nana.
And I'm Rose.
And together we are Two Twos. We've got a special guest in the building. Like, I know I say special all the time, but this is a special.
No, don't you dare.
Special.
You said that a few times as well.
Excuse me.
Who are they?
No, it's just you. It's just you, Richie. Welcome to TT's podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Wow.
I'm so gassed, you know.
I'm gassed.
We're gassed as well.
Yes, we're gassed.
Honestly.
Now, if you don't know Richie Brave, the Richie Brave.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, Richie,
The one and only.
the one and only Richie Brave, who is, what would you say? You're, presenter.
Broadcaster.
Yep.
Just
And I
at
think you
it.
do a lot of other things too.
I do, you know.
Yeah. Tell us
Yeah,
about
yeah.
those things that you do.
No, so yeah, presenter, broadcaster. I do a lot of panel-based stuff.
Yeah.
Also, work in corporate as well. So head of diversity for a media company.
That's amazing.
That's 9 to 5.
That's my 9 till 5 on top
No
of everything.
way.
You know what? I'm trying to make that transition, but my bills. I
Oh
get
yeah,
paid,
I
you
know.
what
And
mean?
listen, you look Chris, so I know
Thank
you got
you
that's
so
a
much.
high
Don't you
maintenance
dare.
man, you know.
When you want to look nice,
Yeah.
put hours in.
Yeah.
But I did like CBT therapy before this for years and years and years. I won't give away my age, but yeah, criminal justice, like rehabilitative stuff, drugs work, domestic abuse specialist,
Yes.
also like rapists, pedophiles, murderers, all of that. I did the whole thing.
You've done a lot.
Here I am.
Now
yeah.
you're here. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Baby boy, and yeah.
Wow.
Do you know when you talk on Twitter about a subject and someone goes in your mentions and they talk to you like you don't know what you're talking about?
Yeah, but you actually
I know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
And you still have to bring out the certificate
Yeah.
sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
because people don't know, like you've done all these things.
I've done a lot.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And people just know you for being, obviously a presenter, obviously being, in the entertainment industry and stuff like that. How did that come about? Like, and how did you kind of make that? Because it's totally different from what you previously done. How did you make that?
Yeah.
sort of
Do you know what? I've always had one foot in entertainment. So I used to do acting and stuff when I was younger, went to like acting school and that. And then I went into the community justice side of things when I was like 19, 20. So I was quite young when I went in because I didn't get on very well at college. I got kicked out of the colleges that I went to fighting and stuff. I'm not like that now, but that's what I did when I was young.
Yeah.
So I kind of went into that, but I had entertainment on the side, right? And I kind of built a platform for myself online through Twitter. I had a social justice element to that, but always wanted to get into kind of media. Then I did a podcast. I did a show called The Grapevine.
Yeah.
I know, that's where I know you from.
Yeah. People still stop me now and tell me they remember me from The Grapevine. So I did that. And then from The Grapevine, I kind of did a podcast with the BBC, did some other media stuff. I did loads of like panel stuff.
Yeah.
Conducting panels is my thing. So having conversations with people, I love it, man. Just sitting people down and diving into who they are is like my favorite thing to
When
do.
you tell people like outside of entertainment that you do like panel things, do they look at you confused?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm telling people, we do panels as well outside.
Yeah.
They kind of look at me like,
You kind of have to carry on explaining what that means and what that looks like.
People say panels are dead. For me, I love them. Even attending them, I love to hear people speak.
Yeah.
And I think each of those experiences, you walk away with something new.
Definitely.
Whether it's jokes or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person.
yeah.
But you walk away with
But the
something.
invoices take long to get paid.
Wait, I'm waiting on an invoice from 3 months ago from a
Same.
big company, you know.
Have you been
Mad
waiting
thing.
for like, she's been waiting for like a year.
Okay, there's one
Wow.
that it's from lockdown. Lockdown,
Ooh,
yeah. And
okay,
then
that's a
they
long
asked me to
time.
come back for Black History Month. And I was like, you didn't pay me for the one in
Okay.
lockdown.
Do you think this is the 1800s that I'm working for free? You're bringing me back? Get out of here.
Listen,
It's not
so I was
happening.
like, they said, okay, do you know what? Add that fee onto this fee, and we're like, just charge us whatever you want to charge us for this one, just as a sorry. So cool. They haven't paid me.
No, that's wild. I was tweeting about this today. Sometimes you just have to move a little bit mad.
Oh my God.
You know, like you have to inject a bit of chaos into what
you
you're
do,
saying.
You do.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
learning
absolutely. Absolutely. Like last year, so I quit my job I was an assistant producer at advertising
Oh,
company.
amazing.
And I quit that, and my parents were looking at me like I was crazy because obviously it was like a good job, it was 9 to 5, benefits, whatever. Because I wanted to get into the film industry. I was like, I know what I'm doing. Just trust me, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I quit my job and I was doing a lot of talks at the time, freelancing, and those invoices were taking so long to come.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, and I remember we was in Ghana. I was emailing. I was like, listen,
I remember that.
I was in Ghana. I was like, I'm on my holiday. Like, why are you trying to cap my holiday at 40%? Like, I was emailing them like, listen, I did this article. I need to get paid. Like, and it's some small money as well. Like, come on, pay me.
The first couple of days at holiday, we were trying to enjoy ourselves. Nana's sitting there doing emails.
Yeah, I'm just like, where is my money? Why do I have to
You're
wait?
in Ghana killing your gigabytes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you don't get enough.
Listen,
you're killing them with
Top up,
emails.
like every day,
every other day.
Has your money come through yet?
It came.
Oh, I
had to, you know.
Did you put the chaos in?
I had to put the chaos in.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, you have to do that sometimes. And that's just like, you know, certain things like in life when, like, say, for instance, you go into the GP and they're moving a bit funny. Yeah. You got to add pressure.
Real Karen business for me, you know.
Yes, when you go to the council and they're not like, you know, you got
I've never been so.
Yeah.
You know them ones.
Yeah.
Oh, my mum, unfortunately, she's had a fall about 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to A&E.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, she's fine. She's fine now.
Oh.
But we went to A&E, yeah. This woman, the auntie that was a auntie nurse.
Yeah.
She was like, have you taken any painkillers? See my mum, even when she's not sick, she takes a Codamol. Like,
no, that's not that's not okay. That's
now
like
don't bait out your mum. Are you mad? Cut this out. Are you mad?
That's like my mum. We have Codamol in the house.
And everything. She was a little headache. Oh, Codamol. Like, so she fell in the afternoon. And then in the evening, she's like, I think I need to go to A&E. I can't go up the stairs, blah, blah, blah. We've gone there and the auntie's like, have you taken any meds? And she's like, no, I haven't taken any. She's like, I'm just the worst pain of my life. And then she's just so dramatic. And I'm taking her from that room back into the waiting area.
Yeah.
My mum was acting like she's falling on the floor. I had to be picking her up. And the auntie was looking at her like...
But you have to do that when
you have to do that. Exaggerate sometimes.
No, you literally have to do that. I remember when I was 14 and I was in so much pain, like abdominal like pain, like down there. And my dad took me to A&E.
She said down there.
Down there. It was, you know, women's issues. Down there. I went to A&E and like they sent me home. They didn't give me anything. They sent me home and I was in a lot of pain. My dad was like, listen, we're going back and you need to cry. You need to roll on the floor. You need to be crying. I did that. They took me in, they did an ultrasound, they found out I had a cyst on my ovary.
Oh, wow.
And so like that's where the pain was coming from. If I didn't go and lie down on the floor and cry, I would have been in pain. Do you know what I mean?
And now you're both in media. You see what that taught you? Performance. You know what I mean?
Is key.
That set you up.
But do you know what? Black people have to do that though.
Yeah, trust me.
You have to.
Trust me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't
I
believe
was
the
like,
pain,
even
innit?
though it was an auntie that was there and stuff like that, I didn't feel like there was any like special treatment. She was a fellow African woman or anything like that. It doesn't matter when we go
Do you
there.
feel like you want to laugh though? You know when you're... Me, I laugh about everything so often.
Yeah.
You know, you break character like a little bit.
Yeah.
No, wait, rub my back.
Even I was standing there smiling. I haven't had a face mask. I put my face mask on. Smiling. Like,
my pain's on 10.
Yeah.
There was even another. It was when I say A&E is the most dramatic.
It's so
thing.
chaotic.
It's a lot.
Entertaining.
It's so chaotic.
There was a man sitting there. He's with two police.
Yeah.
He had a fight with his friends. I was listening to all the T-boys. No one was sitting near them, but I was sat near them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my mom was like, don't sit there. Please, I'm sitting here. And then the guy was doing he obviously had a cut on the back of his head. He was bleeding in the back of his head. But everyone was being seen to before him because he was sitting there chatting the most.
Of course.
And then like I think he was one of the only white guys that were there. And they were mentioning other like ethnic names. And he was like, that certainly isn't me. That certainly isn't me.
Bruh.
Racism.
You said microaggressions when you're ill, yeah? Not even on my sick meds can I get a break of oppression.
No.
I said, this man really has got the cheek here. And the police were just sitting, maybe they're more urgent than you.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm the only person who has a visible, I've got blood. And
Right.
I'm thinking, because you ain't doing what they're doing. That's why they're smart. One lady came in bawling. You need to do the most. So he was just sitting there. We came in, we were there for like 5 hours and he was still sitting there. He still hadn't been seen to you. And he was there before us.
I don't have any sympathy.
That's like,
and
the little window that you gave me into his life, I said no.
Yeah, and he probably did it to himself. Do you know what I mean?
His friends were having a drink and then the friends switched that.
You really are an auntie, innit?
Yeah.
You did it to yourself.
You did it. He's to blame.
Your hair.
Yeah.
His friend bottled him.
Why did his friend bottle him? What did he do to get
We
bottled?
haven't seen the full story, guys.
That's every story.
Let's say I sat there the whole like they met in prison. I know it all.
Oh, raw.
Yeah, the friend was out for a week. Like,
Future guest, yeah?
Absolutely not. No, the microaggressions. I'm gonna sit through the microaggressions.
I'm gonna say black people. I think the fuck not. and it's just gonna be gone.
That is funny, but getting back to the topic, do you remember your first like going live? Do you remember that first show?
Oh, on radio.
You're on radio.
Yo, I don't remember the subject, but yes.
Yeah.
I was shaking in my
Really?
boots, boy. Yeah, I was
It's a lot
shaking.
of pressure.
It's pressure.
It's live.
Knowing that it's a national radio station and there are thousands of people,
Listening.
it is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And I've gotten better. I listened
Over
to like my
time.
first show.
Yeah.
And listen to where I'm at now, and you can definitely see the improvement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because you know, I feel like it's so like you have to be like quick-minded, and I'm just like, I'm too slow for this. I can't do
But you both
radio.
came on and you were
Yo,
fantastic.
you know what? I learned so much when we came on.
Yeah.
I learned so much because obviously when we come and do this, I think sometimes in the beginning when we started, we tried to like have notes and stuff, but we realized we never stick to it. But in radio, you have to.
Yeah,
stick to
yeah.
it.
Yeah, there's a program.
There's no editing.
I go off script enough. Drives my producers crazy. I'm a conversationalist, innit? So like with creatives, you can't stick us in a box. Like I need, if there is a different avenue I want to go down and I think it's going to make better radio and a better conversation, I go down it. Much to the frustration of producers. If you're listening to this, big up every time.
Yeah, and the producers are so important.
Yeah,
they are.
They are integral
Yeah.
to making a good show.
Yeah.
Integral.
So how do you work with a producer? Like how do you guys get together and figure out what's going to be the topic?
We have a
How's it gonna
weekly
go?
meet. We got a planning session coming on Friday actually, and we plan our shows moving forwards. But obviously there needs to be space to be reactive. There's always something happening, so our direction might change. But yeah, we plan on a weekly basis. We plan out the show, write the script out, all of that kind of stuff. So producers are integral to that. You can't just walk on and talk. You know what I mean? They need to be there, otherwise that show ain't happening.
Right.
I do think a lot of people think it is a walk on and talk thing.
Yeah.
And I think a long time ago, I thought that.
Yeah.
I thought that as well because my cousin did radio. It was private radio though, but
So pirate radio. Listen, those pirate radios.
Of course I do. You're
Big up
talking
cousin.
to the right guy
Yeah.
here. Music guy, come on.
Yeah, my cousin Rough and Tough. I don't know if you know DJ Rough and Tough.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and like I remember we'd be sitting in I was in like year 9 or year 10, and he'll be on our text and like, oh, say big up everyone in Mr. Uden's geography class, and he would do it. I'll be lock into the radio, and we're in class, and he would do it, and I just loved it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's something magic about radio, innit?
Yeah.
I say the balance sometimes is hard being a presenter and you're a bit like, you want full autonomy over what you want to talk about.
Right.
And then obviously like the production and the presenter relationship is a strong one, you know, and it becomes like family because there's tension. So I'll moan and be like, you make me feel like a ventriloquist though. I want to say what I want to say. And they're like, well, you can't because there's
not
the
just
balance.
your show. It's
Exactly.
like, it's with
So
others.
what are the things that you like can't do or can't speak about?
You can't swear live on radio.
Yeah.
Can't name names. I have to be impartial. So if I have views on the government, I'm not allowed to share them. Yeah. You have to offer right of reply. So especially because it's the BBC, everything has to be balanced, right? So it can't be leaning in a particular way and everything has to be factual. So opinion pieces are fine. But actually, if I put out my opinion like it's a fact, I could be seen as trying to sway society in a particular way because of the platform I've got. So it's really important that what you're saying is balanced. And if I've got something to say, it's rooted in fact. And I'm a very opinionated
You are
person,
very
so-
highly opinionated. I've been seeing them
Yeah.
car talks, the car videos that you be doing.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
But it's made me smarter, you know?
Yeah.
I have to be smarter at what I say. So if I'm saying something, I can't just give my opinion now. My opinion has to be rooted in a fact. So I'd say it's been a positive thing for me.
So I mean, but you're on social media. You've got a large following, like specifically with Twitter. Do you have to put on like your bio, like my views are my own? And
That don't matter.
It don't matter.
Nah, because you're still representative of it.
Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, my views are mine, not of my family. If you're moving mad, an auntie is gonna call somebody, one of your parents, and say that you're moving mad. You know? It's the same thing. You cannot say I don't represent my family anymore. In the same way, these people are paying you to do a job, even though your views are your own. The argument is, oh, so you are endorsing and paying this person, and they're saying this. So there's always accountability.
So how do you like navigate that? Like,
I just wait to get cussed out.
Yeah.
You just gotta move mad and then just see. You know,
happens.
like they say, throw something to the wall and see what sticks. It's that basically.
Yeah.
I just move mad and wait to see if I get email
Right,
or
right.
a WhatsApp from my boss.
Right.
I think one thing I've noticed about you on social media, you say what you need to say. Like I think a lot of people when they do broadcasting or they have a brand behind them and stuff like that, they kind of censor themselves. So there's certain things they're not going to speak about and stuff like that. So even though to me it seems like you speak about what you want to speak about. Are there times when you're like, actually, no, shit, I can't say that?
Yeah, there absolutely are. But also, for me, if there's like a live court case happening and I've got an opinion, remember I work for the BBC. So if I share an opinion, that could go to court and people could say, oh yeah, he's trying to sway witnesses and all of that kind of stuff. So I always have to be like very careful. There are a lot of things that let me tell you this right now. Can you swear?
Yes.
Yeah.
My mouth is fucking nasty, you know?
Yeah.
Like, my sense of humor is disgusting. I russ and cuss all the time.
Yeah.
And there is a certain way that I have to be cognizant of portraying myself. So I wouldn't say it's a fake version of me. I would say it's just a more careful version of me. So like I meet people and they're like, you're a lot less serious than I expected you to be. And I think I don't even think about the way I portray myself online now. It's become quite natural. But I'd say we're multifaceted, right? So maybe the things that you talk about on the podcast and how you are on the podcast, there are going to be areas of your life or your personality that people who listen to the podcast might not see.
Right.
You know, it's exactly the same thing for me.
Very true. That's very true. Because even like Rosie went out last night and, you know, someone was saying that we play it too safe. Do you know what I mean? And Rosie was like, yeah, well, we've got a brand. Do you know what I mean? We've got a brand. So
and what is safe? There are people who aren't playing it safe. Go and listen to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because what they were saying is...
Let's get into this.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about how you feel.
Yeah, because what she was saying, but it was kind of like a compliment at the same time.
Right,
She was saying that how she wants to start a podcast, but she wants to be the chat shit podcast, basically. Because she's like, you guys do what you guys do well. You don't really chat shit. You don't really get into the mess and stuff like that. But there needs to be a messy podcast.
There's loads of them everywhere.
Yeah. And but she was like,
loads of them.
Do you know what I think it is? I think some people have certain personal things going in their lives and they want a place to vent about it.
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, she started talking about how masculine presenting women are messy and they're this and they're that and blah blah blah. She's masculine presenting as well. It's like I feel like you two don't go into it the way that
are masculine presenting women messy?
Yeah, they can be. Everyone's messy. Everyone can.
I'm just you know me as an outsider.
You know what?
Tell me a bit more.
And I feel like everyone, like in every sort of like community, like every demographic can be messy.
Yeah.
And I feel like we talk about our community because we're in it. We're not in another community. So like, you know how some black women might say, oh, like they might want to date white guys because they might treat them better and stuff like that. No, there's shit people everywhere.
Yeah,
like
everywhere.
every race.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I just feel that's what it is, you know?
Yeah,
You know?
I think they are. I think she got beef. I think she got beef with someone. She just wants to.
Yeah,
She wants to vent-
basically.
She wants to vent about that.
Do that in a group chat, man.
Yeah.
Man, there's some certain things I'll save it for the group chat. It's not for the mic. It's for the group chat.
It's for the group chat. And obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I get the bag. Get the bag.
Yeah.
Do you know what? And it's like I always think for me, this is another reason why I'm quite careful. If I put something out there that's out there forever,
Yes.
like my thoughts and opinions on something might change. Or I'm an emotional guy, you know. So I might
What's
be
your star
sitting there,
sign?
Gemini. Everyone hates us, but always ends up in our beds.
Yeah.
If you hate us so much, stop fucking us, innit? None of you are Gemini, innit?
No.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've dated some Gemini.
Yeah, me too.
Stop fucking
I'm
us.
compatible with Geminis.
Yeah,
I'm Libra.
stop fucking us.
I do like a Gemini. I'm not gonna lie.
We're toxic, but we're amazing.
Yeah.
Amazingly toxic.
Yeah.
It's true.
I hear that.
But when I'm in a mood sometimes, I just think I probably won't feel like this tomorrow. Someone might piss me off in a moment. If I go and tweet about that while I'm in a bad mood, and then tomorrow I'm not feeling like that, I hate having to come back and delete my tweets. I'm not really on it. You know?
I hear it.
I said what I said.
You do that sometimes,
This is why I have to tell Rosie, delete that. Delete that. I will WhatsApp her. Delete that right now.
And that's told me to delete things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many times. I do think I'm the problematic.
No, but you've stopped though. Like,
But I stopped.
You stopped.
I mean, I
stopped.
deactivated for a long time. But,
Yeah.
but I had to deactivate.
yeah. No, but I came off Twitter because Twitter's a cesspit, and I just feel like there's too much. Like people just put their things on you. They project so many of their own things onto
Honestly,
you.
it's like a cinema in there.
Oh,
Always projecting stuff onto your forehead. I've said one thing. Have you ever considered?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. No.
I don't care. This is me. You're you. I'm me. We're individuals.
Definitely.
We're different. And that's what makes us special and unique. Why do I have to be like you? Why do I have to live my life the way you live your life?
Go passive aggressive with it. Oh, thank you so much for that very specific, pointed insight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Sometimes that's how you have to
Done, innit?
respond.
I don't know your life.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how you have to respond. But I came off and I'm not coming back.
It's gone now. Your page is gone now.
Yeah, my page is gone.
How long you been off?
I don't know.
We've been about 5 months.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Instagram only.
Yeah,
Doing
yeah,
that
yeah.
5
I
days.
even hate
Okay.
Instagram, but like with the podcast, I have to be out there. Like
Yeah.
I have to be seen. I have to be visible.
She's doing the bare minimum, but yeah.
You find that hard though, because
find
it's
that
interesting
so-
you say that. I find it really difficult to be on Twitter and be on Instagram and have to be on because I have a show.
So,
Sometimes I want to unplug for a month and I
can't do it.
I literally can't do it.
And that's what, for a long time, I wanted to get off Twitter for so long, maybe like for 2 years. And I felt like I couldn't because of the podcast. And don't get me wrong, like having that profile on Twitter have really helped. Like the engagement was obviously much better than it is now that I'm off. But it's just like I gotta put me first.
Yeah.
I gotta put me first.
Agreed.
So that was important. But I know like Rosie came off for a while and she's back now.
But I only came back to because we got the water thing.
Oh right, yeah.
So you come back to glow and then you're gone.
I'm saying vote for us.
Yeah.
Because like obviously because I this is how when we both came off I was like, do you know what, we have a podcasting page and that's the purpose of it, so just let that page speak for itself. Like I don't think we should be able to take the break because at least that page is there basically. With you you are the page.
Yeah.
So at least we've got that. And however, our personal pages do help a lot.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course they do.
Because people want to be in our business as well.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, there's this, but they also know who we are as individuals.
And they fancy
So-
you. Those kind of things as well. It's direct access. They can have like
Exactly.
direct conversations, instant conversations with the both of
Like
both
if we
of you.
message
So.
tutus, we don't say who's messaging. We don't say who's responding to. They don't know who's
You
responding.
said
They
enigma,
don't.
yeah?
I think people know that it's mainly me, but
Sorry, ain't me. I'm
but
anti.
Yeah, listen, Auntie Nano. But yeah, but it's been good. The break has been good.
Yeah.
But it was much needed as well. So, but yeah, we BET Dating Black.
Dating Black.
Yeah, boy.
Woo! Tell us about the show. Tell us what the show is about first. Like,
Yeah, so it's literally about dating as a black person who dates black people in 2023.
Right.
So it's kind of an exploration of black dating. And I think outside of that sensationalist, we hate each other, I think it
Right.
tries to get into some of the tension. Are you being sarcastic?
No. Oh my God, you know what's funny? Like,
Yo,
I was
what's
out
going on?
yesterday.
Talk to me.
No. I was out yesterday, and I was obviously having a conversation.
You tricked
And this girl was like, "Are you being sarcastic?" And I was like, "Oh my God, no, I'm being so genuine." But sometimes I just sound
You said,
sarcastic.
yeah.
I'm really like into what you're
Yeah,
saying.
no,
I'm
but
so
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I just sound sarcastic. I'm so sorry.
But
I'm
no,
not
that's
being-
what it's about.
Yeah.
It's kind of an exploration outside of that kind of convincing each other that we hate each other.
And the thing is, watching it, everyone's kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think having a conversation, speaking to men and women, I guess you're not all in the same room, so you're all not like. I think some people listen to have an answer back sometimes,
Right.
or they just
perform.
want to have rebuttal, perform. I mean, they just want to beef each other. I don't know
Yeah.
why everyone wants to beef each other, yeah. But everyone's pretty much saying the same thing, that they want the same things. A lot of people have the same values.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think watching them separately, that's something that I've noticed as well. But like, how was that process? Like, how did you get into it and everything?
Yeah, they approached me actually. Big up Tonye and Yara every time. So they approached me to come on. They sent me an email and then they did a kind of like a screening process.
Right, yeah.
So they kind of production stuff, right?
Yeah.
Talking to you, what your views are,
Yeah.
what you plan to come on and say, all of that kind of stuff. And then, they brought me in and they sat me on my own, which was really nice. Yeah, I was, you know what? I always have this thing where I think people are going to find me boring because I'm not like I can be entertaining.
Yeah.
But when it comes to relationships, I find them fun, but there's a serious element to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I always think, I'm going to be the boring guy.
No.
And I did the job
Yeah.
based in relationships for like 10 years, like the CBT stuff I was talking about. So it's really hard for me to just remove myself and be jokes about it because the psychology that exists underneath it is something I studied for so long.
Right.
So
And it's always
I was
there.
like, I'm going
That's
to
what
be
everyone's
boring
saying.
guy.
I'm thinking, I'm just.
But it's interesting. I find it interesting. Like, there's nothing
Yeah.
boring about what you have to say on any topic, right?
Yeah.
That's really nice of you to say.
No, it's
It's that self-doubt stuff.
yeah,
you
I know, but we all have it. We all have
trust me.
self-doubt and in different areas. But I think everything that because I watched specifically like more so the episodes with you in it.
Yeah.
And I found that everything that you had to say was like really, really interesting. And it did differ from what the other guys were saying a bit in terms of like they were a bit more like jokey, they were like, obviously you got Charlie Mace who is like
He's so funny,
hilarious.
man.
Like
Those
absolutely
guys on the
hilarious.
show row are just such vibes. I loved what they had to say.
Yeah, they're good vibes, but then
fucking up the place.
It's all right. But then you just have like interesting things to say, and just like I'm hanging off like your every word kind of thing. Like,
don't gas me today.
No, but even like when you was talking about like how your parents have been married for like, is that 30, 40 years?
40 years.
40 years. That's a long time. Like, do you like aspire for like?
Do you know what's so
like
funny?
that?
I'm so old fashioned in that way. Like so I'm single at the moment.
He's single.
Don't make me laugh. But yeah, like for me, longevity in a relationship is so important. I understand that things fall apart and not all relationships last forever, but I date with intention, right? So if I'm going to date you, I'm dating you because I think there's some sort of future with you.
Right.
We all have like fuck buddies. I ain't had sex in a very long time as well.
That's good.
Wow. If you're listening to jokes. But yeah. Like we have fuck buddies.
Time?
I'm not even doing it's long. It's long.
Cause mine
Last summer or something. Last year summer.
I would say that is long, but is that intentional?
Yeah.
Because mine was
yeah, it's intentional. It's intentional, and I love sex, but I think the place that I got all posh. There. Yes, I love sex. Everybody, here's me setting out my stall. If you like me, no, I love sex, but I think I'm at a point in my life where my desire for emotional intimacy outweighs my desire for sexual intimacy. So I'm looking more to have like a connection kind of thing is where I'm at now, and I'm not actively dating at the moment, to be honest, but. Forgot the question. I'm in my feelings.
No, I mean like, but when the girls now I'm interested in this. So we're like when people come up to you and stuff like that, like interested and wanting to date.
I'm so weird. I am mad awkward with that stuff. You'd think when I was younger, I was so confident.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little bit older. I'm a little bit bashful. I'm not like weirdly shy. I don't know how to react. I feel a little bit odd. And then once we get momentum, that's when I'm like intentional. I'm like, yo, I'm coming to take you out. Like we saying this weekend, all of that. But to get me to that space, I can be a little bit awkward with it.
Yeah.
I think I'm like that as well.
Yeah,
I think some people think that, I'm this,
you're just confident.
There's this to bare people.
Yeah.
That's not.
But it's just not that.
My phone is dead, you know.
Me too.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's really dead.
Yeah, no.
But mine's I'm doing intentional.
Yours intentional.
Yeah, I'm abstaining.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh. Well, if you're listening to this, I'm single, enter my DMs. I'm probably not going to reply because I'm weird.
No, do enter.
I won't even go to the requests. I'll be like, no, don't enter, please.
He might respond. He might
Don't
respond.
make me laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what? They should just position themselves. They could do like all
you know that in front of you.
Do you know like girls do this thing where they strategically position themselves so they won't
I've seen this on Twitter.
Yeah, like
right?
they won't like act like outright.
So you say
come
girls?
out. Yeah.
Do you two do that as masculine presenting?
No.
women?
No. I don't do that.
Ooh.
No.
Nah.
But then the thing is, I don't really move to women that much either. Like I might give them a compliment and then they start chatting, like, and that's all. If it's in person, I prefer it to be in person. Then I might just stare at them, the eye contact.
So you said creepily staring in the corner.
I stare at them and then I doesn't.
I don't move to people. I don't really move to people.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But you know, the streets is saying I'll be moving to people, but if a conversation doesn't mean I'm moving to you, kind of thing.
True.
But I don't do the streets. I just think I'm not interested at the moment. I just think I'm not.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
that's what I've been
And it's okay to take a break. Like, you know, mine was like 9 months. And it was intentional. I wanted to do it because I just wanted to be by myself. Like,
Are you saying you're not by yourself now? You said
Ella, cut this out. Ella, cut this out.
Sorry, move on.
I
it's getting hot in here.
Yeah, it's getting so hot.
A bead of sweat on your top lip.
I love this because nobody do this to me. So yeah.
Love that. Maybe this summer.
Yeah. This summer's gonna be.
Summer started.
We got each other. I'm a good wingman.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
But yes. So did you know who was going to be on the show and everything like that?
Did I?
Did you know who was going to be on the show?
I didn't, you know.
Also, watching it is when you.
So where I saw like the breadth of who was on, I didn't know everyone who was going to be on. So
do you know who I thought was interesting? Do you know the guys, the podcast? I think they got a football podcast.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one I think he's wearing a hat in the middle. He is hilarious. He just said,
because he's. Do you know what it is? It's because like he's unintentionally funny.
He is, isn't it? Proper joke.
Yeah, proper like.
Those are the kind of friends you want, innit?
Yeah,
therefore.
Yeah.
And then I think the girls. Okay, let's get into that one. The one with the girl that said she would date her friend's
What?
So I controversially.
You agree?
Yeah, I do. I there needs to be a bit of a gap. So for me, I am not somebody, I can only go from myself, right? I'm not a very possessive person. Once a relationship's done, it's done. When I'm healed from it, if you want to date one of my friends, fine. Because I kind of just think, you didn't find love with me. You could potentially find that with somebody else.
Right.
Sometimes we aren't suited, but you're suited to someone that might be in proximity to me. So I'm not like the polyamorous kind of person. I'm very monogamous in that way. But I am a little bit like, yo, if you can find your person and I'm not that person for you, or you're not that person for me, crack on, really.
Yeah. But if you were in love with this person and it didn't work out, do you think that would be harder for you to see them with your friend?
If you're over it, no. So I never stay in love.
Right.
Once love ends,
Yeah.
for me, it ends.
Yeah.
You know, depends.
I think I would have an issue.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you do you hold the feeling? Oh,
Richie,
babes.
are you mad?
Do you hold?
I'm a
Do you
tug.
hold
I'm
the?
a tug. Don't. I'm a tug. No, but I just feel like I'm gonna feel some type of
I
way.
was trying to
like,
use a soft voice.
even if like we it didn't work out, you know, we move on, I'm still gonna feel some type of way. Like you date my friend.
Even if the relationship's done, you're
yes. I mean, like for instance, when Rosie has like, say for instance, me and Rosie, we find one babe attractive and they like Rosie, they date Rosie and stuff like that. That's a sister to me now. That's
yeah, but I mean, this is the problem, because I think sometimes these examples are so flattened.
Yeah.
Right? You two are so close.
Yeah.
There is a different, like we've got close friends, our tight friends, and then we've got acquaintances. Someone said,
acquaintance is fine.
She said there's a difference between my girls and my friends, something along those lines. So we did a Twitter Spaces the other day. It was, and she differentiated between the two, and I think it's different. I think, was it Zizi who said this? I think Zizi said this: if my number's not in your phone and your number's not in mine, then it's fair game.
I saw that, yeah.
Okay.
And I agree. I agree with that.
And people came for her on it.
No,
but
I
she's like,
agree
yo,
with
we're
that.
not tight like that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you know why? Do you know what it is? I think these days we have social media, and everyone feels like they have some proximity to someone, and they feel like they have some sort of relationship with them because you follow each other, because you comment each other's, especially the girls, especially the influencer babes. They're all in each other's
give it a
comments
rest, guys,
and stuff like that. And I think, like
you're blocking your blessings, you're blocking the orgasm.
What you say? You're blocking your orgasm?
Yes.
No.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I just feel like everyone feels like they have some sort of entitlement there because of that.
Yeah.
So, for instance, now, like, if I was to move to someone that I know is not my ex's friend, but they are acquaintance on Instagram or something like that, I know there will be an issue there.
Yeah.
And for me, I think it's crazy because you're not friends.
And if you're popular, you're gonna know a lot of people.
Yeah.
You are not shrinking my dating pool.
Right.
Let that be known.
Yeah.
Don't make me put it in my bio.
When I was like the other day, you know that you've got a huge cop block on you, yeah? And I was just like, why? Because they all know each other. This is, but they're not, I know that they're not friends.
Yeah, but they're still gonna hold, hold on to that. Like,
hold
women do this, like, I'm a girl's girl and all this stuff, which is great. I love that.
I think guys do that as well.
You think they do that too?
Yeah, bro code. What are you mad?
Really?
What, you're slamming my girl and like,
Yeah.
It happens in those
It
circles
happens
as well.
But that's what happened to one of our friends. Like, he's in a certain industry and these guys are not his friends.
Yeah.
But he did a thing with one of the guy's girlfriends years back. And then the guy was kind of like, why didn't you tell me you did a thing with her years ago? He was like, but I don't need to tell you.
Yeah.
Kind of, if she wants to tell you, she can tell you. That's not on me, kind of thing.
They're not friends.
Yeah, but now a lot of guys in that industry now don't speak to him.
It's a lot of sexual policing, isn't it? And all of this leads into the body count conversations as well. It's all of that, right? And I just think the world's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Have your ego in check. And if you know you're the guy right now, then you're the guy right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you should be like confident in that. Like, one thing about me is like, if somebody is into me and I can feel that and I can see that, I'm not gonna be worried about
I don't give a
else.
shit.
I don't care.
I'm the man out here. You know?
Exactly. Like, I'm on top of the world. I don't give a shit. Like,
if someone's like, yo, I fucked you, I'll be like, yeah, and who's doing it now?
exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dance done, you know?
Fisher said it's my time.
Yeah, it's my time now.
Yeah, because like someone like moved to me recently and I know their ex, and it was just I was just in and ahhing. I was just like, would I? And after I was like, she don't care. I don't.
We're gonna get dragged.
Yeah, I've done
you know?
it. The
Yeah.
last person I dated, her ex was also an acquaintance. Don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
Yeah, like I know that and the thing is,
Hey, we're fuckery, you know. So you know, we talk about star signs. People are gonna be looking up our star signs and being like,
Well, I'm a
yeah,
Scorpio. Everybody knows that.
okay,
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
yeah, but it's true. Like,
Bro,
it's even happened to me. I'm Libra.
oh, okay.
we like.
My best friend's a Libra still.
Yeah.
But it's happened to me too. Like, what an acquaintance of ours is currently with someone that I was dating before, and at first I was thinking I have to see you guys all the time. But actually, when I see them, I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care. But back in the day, remember? So we had a friendship circle before. There was 4 of us, and I dated someone, and we stopped dating. But I wanted to get her back, and then my friend was telling me, "No, I don't think you guys are actually well suited." I was a bus driver at the time. She was saying this girl, she was a corporate person. So like she does X, Y, and Z. I don't think you guys. I was thinking, why am I not suited because of jobs?
You're getting snaked, innit? I can feel it already.
And then
You's getting snaked.
And then she messaged me one day and said, can I meet up with her to give her a book? And I said, no. I said, I can't give her a book, yeah. And then
why can't she get the book herself?
And the first question is, so what's the context of you going to meet? And there must have been a whole conversation that, maybe I'm backtracking on what I said a bit earlier on. But it's just, all right, tell the story. I'm getting vexed with you already.
No, we were a friendship group. Like, it's different.
Okay.
It's different. Tight group. Like, this was who we rolled with everywhere.
Yeah.
So she said that, blah, blah, blah. And then we've gone to Pride. And then the girl's other ex now comes to me. She goes, I know we don't really, see eye to eye because, you've seen my ex and blah, blah, blah. But I just want you to know your friend is not your friend because I saw them in a restaurant, yeah? And I was like, oh, you saw them doing what? And then she said, were they exchanging books? That's what I said.
How old are you?
And she's like, nah, it was looking real cozy. I'm just like, no, that's not your friend, yeah? And they were both at Pride with us as well. And it was weird because
that's snaky.
Yeah.
That's snaky.
Because me and the girl still had vibes. But I was already alert at the time. Like, I was thinking, the red flag was flagging.
Yeah.
But I thought, I'm not going to say nothing until I got concrete proof. Because there's this thing about me, I see things from a mile off and I mention it, everyone denies it. And then it makes me look crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought, let me just wait before I say anything. And then everything happened, and then all of a sudden they both have their nose pierced. They must get their nose pierced together or something like that. Remember that? And I was
this is feeling really intimate.
Okay,
yeah.
So this was over a whole summer, but in that time,
what else is being pierced? This question.
what else is being pierced? I would like to know. And the whole summer's going by, and I knew. But somewhere in the summer, I got back with my ex anyway. So me and her got back together.
Wait, the girl that had been in the restaurant.
No, this is a whole.
Oh, woo!
I what do you call me, a hollaback girl? I went.
Yeah. Hollaback girls.
Yeah. So by the end of that summer, the person who I called a friend sent me some long text message. Till this day, I have not read that message because I knew what it was in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I knew what it was. And
basically, you should have sent the snake emoji, innit?
Yeah.
I should have.
No. They should have just sent you the snake emoji.
Yeah, they should have.
Don't send me the long text.
Yeah.
Just send me the snake
Not to
emoji.
read more, like.
Yeah.
No. So
Scroll.
She sent me. I was just like, she's like, we've been hanging out, and basically, I think they were gonna be official then. I think that's why. So they've been dating for the whole summer.
Are they still together now?
No.
Oh.
And I remember
Was it worth
you guys
it?
you have to wake up, you have to stay together after this. So
Rose said she's doing relationship counselling for them.
Yeah, so
you do like her.
I was like, yeah, cool. And then so for a year, I tried to do the bigger person and just be cordial like about things. And then one day for Halloween, we went to a Halloween party, and her girlfriend, we went together. We went out together, and then the girlfriend came and waited for her outside. Oh yeah. And she's like, I'm going to the toilet. She disappeared for like an hour. I'm like, I'm not dumb. Like, just make something do it with your chest.
Yeah.
You just gotta sit in your madness, innit?
You have to sit in your madness.
Yeah.
So anyway, I tried to be friends for like a year. I couldn't do it no more. I was like, I can't do this. Yeah. I can't do this. So I stopped being friends with her. But that was someone who was a friend, and that's why it's mad, because now the girl that was in between, I'm cool with her. I'm very cool with her.
Yeah.
Like, we're cool. But that friend, I will never be her friend.
Nah.
I will never be
you can't be trusted.
Yeah, no.
And that's the thing. I think, like, for me, it's not just the dating. I'm quite open-minded with that, but don't lie in my face. Because you can't be trusted around anything.
Yeah. So. That's what I didn't like. I don't like lying in my face. I didn't like snaky. I didn't like how snaky it was. and if you say I want to, just say.
And the thing
Can I
is,
chat
like,
with her?
she
maybe I might have said yes.
No, but she kind of asked you, and she knew that you weren't for that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, she tried to come in, like,
book. She didn't I'm feeling her.
Yeah, but then, like, even if you had said
is that what they call it now?
Yeah, said no, that's your feelings, like, and she has to respect it as a friend. But if it's an acquaintance, like, then it's
I think that as the context, right? So if you're close enough to that person, a conversation would happen.
Right.
If you're not, like, if it's gonna be weird, you approaching them being like, "Yo, I like your ex,"
then
you're not close enough.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe that's toxic.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No.
We just out here, basically.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're an acquaintance, how's your girl? Could no limits.
No, for real. Like, there's no loyalty with an acquaintance.
What about family? What about if like a cousin?
Nah.
Yeah, like some people don't mind.
I've done by accident.
Oh yeah, you have.
Wow.
They didn't know. So like they scrolled my media, but only up until a certain point. And then like when we had got intimate of like, then they had like gone through my media again and gone to the end this time and saw a picture of me and a family member. And they were like, "Oh my God, that's your family member." And I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Oh, that's like one of my
that's wild.
And and then that was a bit awkward with my family member.
Awkward. It was awkward.
It was a bit awkward.
What I did once, this is when I was really out here in my early 20s. This sounds like a tall story, but true story, right? I dated 2 best friends, like really close friends, not knowing they were close friends because they lived in other parts of London. And then a conversation happened and realized they were dating the same man.
So what happened?
Slept with both as well. It's crazy.
Okay, nice.
No, it was cool. We were all cool in the end.
Okay.
Because it was like when you're young, that stuff is when you're young and just out here and kind of it's less serious. When you get into your 30s, it's a little bit different, you know. When you're just out here like fun, exploring whatever. I was just doing. If I'm not in a then, if I'm not in a relationship with you, there's no conversation to be had. I was just out here in the streets. But it turned out all right.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That could have been my first taste of polyamory, isn't it? I was saying I was against it. Maybe this shit's gonna work for me.
You might as well come to the bed to all of
You might have a MFF going like almost there. Like, might as well.
Like, okay, there's one more thing that was on there. Like,
go on.
Stages. These stages. Yeah.
Oh, of like dating.
Yeah.
Like talking.
There's too many stages.
Talking's not a thing. Talking. Can we just say that talking is not a real stage?
In what sense?
Like, you're talking. That's your friend. Your friends. Like, you're getting to know each other. I guess that's what people call talking. Right? But isn't it
dating?
Isn't it dating?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's too many stages.
Yeah.
So one argument I did make though is I think sexual. I hate being this deep all the time. But sexual liberation has changed, right? So I think people are exploring their sexuality and the ways in which they have sex in a very different way. And because that's now moved forwards from the 80s and 90s, specifically in Black communities, there are now labels for different types of stages because the stages aren't the same as back in the day. Does that make sense? So
makes sense.
you might be sexually exclusive with somebody, but you might be talking to other people, or you might be emotionally exclusive with someone and having sex with multiple different people. You know, like when it's like a battle for your heart, may the best person win. So there's four in the box. You've got one favorite, but there's 4 in the box. You know what I mean? And maybe we haven't been as honest as we could have been in the past as people. And I'm not saying us specifically, but now people are like, "Yo, like I like you, you're in the lead, but I'm not in a relationship with you, so I'm still having fun."
Like, I could do.
For
what
me,
I
it's
want.
more like I know who I like, so all the rest fall away, and then we date, and then we're together, and then we're married, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what usually happens.
That's
But
what
like,
happens.
is it easy for you to date like multiple people at the same time?
I think I've got ADHD, so
So do I.
no, but like a friend of mine who is a professional did an assessment on me and said I need to go and see someone fast, right?
Fast.
This is also why I've never done threesomes on multiple people in
I can't
one room.
concentrate on more
There's
than one
too much
person.
going on. There's too much going on.
No.
I'm gonna be distracted.
I
It's
can't,
too much.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I'm not the biggest fan of them.
I would find it hard to date multiple people. At
Yeah, it's the
once.
same thing.
Yeah.
It's too like my brain is too much going on. So if I'm just talking to, if we're just cool and we're going out to eat or whatever, not having sex is just friendship. Maybe, that's fine. But if I'm intentionally dating, my brain can't focus, and then what I think you've told me, somebody else has told. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot.
They're like, oh no, wrong bitch.
When I was doing that when I was young,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a lot of things. It was too much going on at one time.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I could do it.
You could do it.
Yeah, when you're older now, it's different, innit?
It's
Nah,
different.
I can't do it now. It's just I can't talk to one person.
Mm.
2 or 3.
I'm broken.
Yeah. It's just long. And I just feel like I start messaging, and at some point I get bored and I just don't respond.
Really?
And I've become one of those people that take forever to respond. Is that
You're
I'm
just
not
not
actually
in
that
it.
like I'm just not in it.
You're not
Like,
in, like your
yeah,
heart's
yeah.
your heart's not in it like right now. You're
When
just,
they don't capture you in it, you don't
Yeah.
respond.
No.
Yeah, I'm similar. I can't even lie.
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't really be responding, child. But I remember there was this girl. She was saying, "Okay, we're dating now, and then we're going to be seeing each other, and then we're going to be exclusive, and then we're going to be in a relationship."
That's weird.
And I said, "Oh,
That's weird.
That's a
I was
lot.
scratching my head. I was like, "What is this?"
No.
For me, it's just dating and then together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
is.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, but she's like, "No, but if you're dating, that means you're not exclusive." But I said, "Exclusive. If you're exclusive in a relationship, to me,
Oh, it's so weird.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I
the
don't
whole
understand."
exclusive bit, but not like in a relationship is just weird.
Yeah, I mean, we did have a discussion on the Twitter
Yeah.
Spaces
Mhm.
around how this happens, right? So the
Mhm.
importance of having conversations. But I would say my longest relationship, it was on off, but it was for 8 years, right?
Mhm.
And we never had a conversation around being together.
Mm.
It kind of just happened.
It just
Yeah.
happened.
It was like,
Yeah.
yo, you're my person. Like, this is, and we had sex on the first date, which is
Mhm.
probably not traditional as well.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But what I've said this on a few platforms. Once I had that first taste, man, I was like, you're not going
I
nowhere.
want this forever. I hear it.
Please bring me in your bed again. But no, like it wasn't traditional in a sense of like you wait and then you say we're together and this is official. It was a bit like, yo, the sparks were flying. We had sex. This was banging. Had sex again, and it was like, yo, we go together now. There wasn't even
Real
a
bad.
conversation.
Mhm.
But I do think it depends on who you're dating because
Yeah.
there are a lot of people who are mad right now and say, oh, you didn't say we were official. So I've been seeing other people and the whole time you thought you were in some kind of exclusive
But I
relationship.
just feel
with someone.
like you should be able to tell. Like I know some. Okay,
You ever been
conversation-
cheated on?
Pardon? No.
You ever been cheated on?
No.
That you know of?
That I know of. No.
You should be able to tell, Nana.
Like no. I feel like you should be
I'm
able.
joking.
No. I feel like I feel like you should
Triggered.
be, I feel like you should be able to tell like if somebody wants to be with you, and do you know what I mean? Like because they focus on you, like they're there for you. They show up for you. Like, but if somebody is not, and I do feel like you should have conversations as well. They're important, but I do feel like when some people are like, oh, you did X, Y, and Z, or I thought we was together and
Yeah.
Why didn't you know?
But exclusivity is very different to intentionality, right? So someone
Yeah.
can be very intentional with you and make you feel like you're the only person in the world, but their ideas around exclusivity are very different.
Yeah, and that's
So
what you
yeah, I
have
think
to have
you're
the conversations.
you're my main person. I
Yeah.
think you're amazing, but I'm definitely fucking 3 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment.
But also, it's just like I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I just know when someone is not like 100% like down for me, or if they're like
Yeah.
want to be seen.
And you bounce,
like,
innit?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm out of here. Like,
Yeah,
if
same.
it's not about me, bye.
Yeah.
I'll find somebody else.
I'm amazing. Are you
Yeah,
mad?
exactly. Like, honestly, that's just how I feel. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm amazing.
therefore.
So
Do you
Therefore.
feel like given your current situation,
Mhm.
do you feel like
Edit it out.
given your current situation at the moment, would you say that you don't mind if people are seeing other people?
I don't give a heck.
Ooh, this is spicy.
I don't know. I don't care.
Don't hold back.
Because I'm like living my life. I want to be single. I'm enjoying single life. Like, I've had the whole like healing process and all of that stuff, gone through that. Feel like I'm in a good space to actually like see people. And yeah, I don't care. I go.
Are you like an open relationship fan?
Do you know what? In theory, I feel like I could do it. In practice, do you know what? I'm crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Feel
Like,
you.
I'm mad. I can be toxic as hell. Like, there's
Yeah.
sometimes I can be like, like I don't want you talking to anybody else. But I think at this stage of my life,
Yeah.
because of the things that I want, I don't want a relationship. I don't want commitment. I can't gatekeep you.
Yeah,
You can
I hear that.
you have to be able to do what you want. It's only fair. Do you know what I mean? So I might feel a certain type of way. I might not want to know certain things, but equally, that's go off and do what you want.
Could you stick in that space for the rest of your life?
I feel like I could.
Okay. So, and essentially that's open, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I don't think it could be an open relationship.
not the thing is not it wouldn't be a relation. This is the thing, it's not a
wouldn't be a
relationship.
relationship.
I'm single. There's no relationship.
Oh,
But if
right,
it's a
got you.
relationship, you still wouldn't have that.
If it was I don't think I could do that in a relationship.
But
If
do you
we
think that's
say-
the confusion around labels? Because to me, that sounds like a relationship. Someone you get on well with,
Yeah.
you regularly have
But it's a
sex with.
friendship.
But are you having sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a friendship.
Do you know what?
Isn't
Yeah.
that all of the components of a relationship?
But it's not a
Without
relationship.
the exclusivity.
Yeah, but we there's no commitment.
Isn't there? You're committed to having sex.
Just
and seeing
sex,
each
but
other.
then there's obviously like a clear difference of like what that's just sex and we're building something. That's a clear difference.
So you think the
It is a
relationship
relationship.
could change?
Yeah, but it's not romantic.
Got you.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's
Oh,
the
so you're
difference.
not going for dinners and all that
No.
kind of stuff. Okay.
No,
Oh.
no, no,
Draw her out,
no.
please.
Have I been on a dinner?
Why are we getting onto you today?
Exactly. Have I been on a dinner?
Hey, bring me on again,
Tell me.
please.
I mean, have I been on a dinner?
Are you in outside establishments?
Yeah, I mean,
In
yeah,
establishment? Did they
yeah.
sell food in the establishment?
I mean, I might have had a bowl of chips, but it's
KFC
not.
popcorn chicken, bro.
But it's not for me. I just, do you know what I mean? I made a lot of mistakes because I thought I wanted to be committed, and so I don't want to do that again.
Hear it. Understood.
So it's for me, I'm very intentional about what I'm doing right now. Like my career is like my focus.
Yeah.
Nothing is getting in the way of that. And I
Got
do
that.
feel like relationships can not hinder, but distract you a little bit. Like, because you have to think about that person. I'm in my selfish era. That's what I'm doing right now.
You're owning your shit.
Yeah,
by the
and I've
sounds
got
of it. That's really
boundaries. Like I'm not willing to compromise
Yeah.
the things that I want for us, the unit, and all of that stuff. I don't want a unit.
So how do you like upkeep those boundaries?
I'm gonna find out.
If you're listening.
I've never done it before. I've never been able to like, date multiple people at the same time. Like I just can't do it. But I'm trying it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to future episodes.
Yes, I'll be asking
You
about
don't have
Listen.
You don't have really grown me today. I wasn't expecting to come speak about this today. And I might be asking you to show out some bits.
You said so. Dating black. I said, oh, okay, let's do this.
When it comes to that boundary, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm just not interested.
Because it's hard to put up the boundaries.
Because I've always had a tough time with putting up boundaries. So I've always been a bit of a people pleaser as well. So like if somebody has certain expectations of me, and even though I don't want to upset them, so I'll try to fulfill those expectations.
Yeah.
But because
I
my
hear
heart is not in it, I always end up being a bad person because I'm not really doing it properly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I do think when you're dating someone, you should date. Maybe that's something you'll never work through, and that's part of who you are. And it's so important to date people who understand that element of you and don't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about finding our person, I think everyone talks about coming whole and together and completed and therapized.
Yeah.
That's just not
I'm a
reality.
whole person already.
Yeah, we're all gonna have pieces of us that maybe we need to work through or we haven't worked on, or just integral parts of our personality that don't quite fit with the vulturistic kind of society that we live in right now. And dating is about dating people who pour into you, right? I see the great things about you and I nurture them, and I see the things that maybe aren't so great or leave you a little bit vulnerable, and I acknowledge them and I don't take advantage of them. That's what's important in relationships. I don't expect somebody to come to me fully therapized and have all of their shit together. Everyone's got baggage. You just have to find someone who is going to help you unpack it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't expect someone to come with no baggage.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you've got your shit. I've got my shit. This is what my shit is. What is your shit? And how do we unpack it together? But I think we're so scared of vulnerability that as soon as somebody reflects that in us or reflects it to us, we run away from it. For me, I'm diving into that.
Relationships are so beautiful. Like as much as I don't want one right now, I think they're so like when I was in it, it was bliss. I loved
same,
that.
same.
It was a beautiful experience. Like you have your best friend, like, and as you said, those things that you said about like just showing up for each other. We're not perfect. We come together. We're not perfect. And those times where you show up for each other, those hard times as well. There's so much beauty in that as well. Like I remember going through some like obviously mental health stuff and just like my ex really being there for me and stuff like that. Like it was just like that was love.
That's
that was
really
love.
beautiful.
She poured a lot of love into me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like I would never be like, oh, like I regret being in that relationship.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was beautiful. So I do feel like, even though I am where I am right now, I'm not opposed to a relationship, but I think it's the thing of me like not being able to just do too many things at once. Like the brain. the brain, like
Feel you.
I know I'm like, do people have two heads? Like they're able to do it. Like my manager's got like a wife and a kid, and he works in the film industry. It's intense.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how do you do this? Like I don't know.
Intentionality, that's how you do it. So I was doing all of this in a long-term relationship, and for me it was just being really intentional with my time and my space.
Yeah.
And saying, yo, when I've got this spare time, I'm leaving
women
this
wanna-
open for you so we can see each other
Women want to unzip you and climb into you.
They
And
do.
stuff.
They want to swim.
Someone tweeted about this today though,
Really?
and they were saying that like maybe men. This woman was like, "Oh, why are women so clingy?" And some woman quote tweeted and said, "Babes, I'm sorry you've never been liked enough. If a man really likes you, he wants to climb
That's
in
true.
your
I
skin."
know, but I've heard that too.
I don't think that's gendered, you know?
No, yeah,
Genuinely
I've heard
think
that
that's
too.
across the...
Yeah.
Me, my love language is, I've said this, smother me
Yeah.
Gemini.
like a warm pillow. I want you to be all over me.
Yeah.
I love it.
They love
I
that.
love it.
Yeah.
I want to be your world.
Yeah.
It's
love it.
never too much.
Yeah.
Even
But
a
I like
hint
that.
of crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like that.
I'm a
I like
Scorpio,
me
so
too.
I know.
And I like it with
that.
the crazy. I like that.
God,
Yeah,
no.
you got to be really into me, you know?
Yeah.
Really like proper into me.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll just be moving mad, but they just want my attention. I just look at them and start laughing. I love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Why does
We're
it
toxic as
upset
fuck.
me? Like, no, it upsets
Yeah.
me. I'm just like, no, I got stuff to do. All right, just leave me alone.
I'm saying all of this as someone who's been told multiple times I'm really hard to read. Yeah, but once I get into it, I'm very like romantic, loving, all of that. But
Yeah.
in the beginning, I'm hard to read as
Yeah.
fuck.
So what, they don't know if you're like into it.
Yeah, because it takes me a little bit of time to warm up, you know, and then
yeah.
and then I'm like, am I actually gonna be a bit too much for you? I have to test the water, you know what I mean? Then open the floodgates. So
Yeah.
You have to feel like safe. You
Yeah,
know? You
yeah,
have to feel
yeah.
safe. But quickly, because time's run out, we haven't spoken
Oh,
about
right.
our icks.
Oh yeah, let's go. Okay. Everyone,
you look so ready for
Yeah,
this. You know?
I mean,
I need to speak about. Okay,
That I said
everyone-
I'm
I don't
ready.
have that many
Okay.
icks though for women because I think women are amazing. So like,
I've got some X boy.
I probably have like one, like, and my one is just like when we go to the club, if you're wearing heels, I don't want to see like your barefoot on the floor. That is, that gives me the ick.
What do you mean?
Like if they're tired of the heels,
Oh,
and
like
they
walking.
they take off the heels
Oh.
and they've got their
barefoot
barefoot
on the floor
on the
in the dance.
ground, on the
People are
floor.
spilling their drink.
The people are spinning their
Hepatitis,
drink.
you
No, yeah,
Nah, the sticky floor.
no, absolutely not.
No, yeah,
No,
that's
that's my
definitely-
Wow.
Do you know what? One of mine is when someone has like a wig or weave in, yeah, and then they're out and then they tie it back because they get too hot.
You don't like it when they tie it back. Damn, they might be.
Icks are so unreasonable. man.
Mine is not. Mine is not unreasonable. Why do you have your barefoot on the floor?
That is
Do you wear heels?
No, but then don't wear it. Wear trainers like me.
yeah,
Wow.
be comfortable.
Be comfortable then. Be comfortable.
Like-
I don't wear it because I would have my bare feet on the floor. And I ain't doing that. My mum didn't raise
I
me
love
like
you
that.
two so much. you know.
Like if you're hot, go to the toilet. brush
No,
your
but that's a
hair.
bit. That one's a bit harsh.
I don't know what. Do you know what happened last year? That's when I realized it was an ick. Somebody they just came and
But it gets really hot in the clubs. It gets really hot.
And your feet really hurt in really high heels. I'm just using the logic.
I didn't know that. Wear damn trainers. No, yeah, that's my. What about you? Do you have?
My friend did this recently. That's why it's making me laugh. She took off her shoes.
I'm done.
She-
Your friend, shout out you, friend.
yeah, she had blisters the next day.
Yeah.
My icks are really, oh God, they seem so diplomatic. Okay, one of them is eating loudly, eating
Fair.
and drinking loudly.
Yeah.
I've locked off dates for that.
No,
I'm not
yeah,
in it.
that's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I want to put my hand
I hear it.
into your mouth.
Yeah. And grab the.
And whatever you're eating, that's my hand into your mouth. Hard.
Yeah.
Eating really loudly.
Mhm.
But things like self-absorption,
You mean
like I can't, like you're,
too?
so self-confident is one thing,
But you're
just
too
so
into yourself.
self-absorbed.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, it, like
Yeah.
honestly, I can't stand it. Also, emotional unavailability. It really, like, if you as a big adult
childish.
are emotionally unavailable, I can't,
Right.
it just,
Childish.
I feel you. I feel like whatever kind of relationship you have, whether it's just like, you know, sexual, you still have to have some sort of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because we're
defo.
human beings.
Yeah.
Like doing up cold and cold and
yeah.
I don't agree with that either.
I do have another ick.
Yeah.
I also.
I want to see if I share it. That's all.
Do you know when someone's chewing gum and you can see all the juices?
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe cover my mouth just as I'm not even chewing gum.
That is the
So,
Juicy.
so
Like-
self-conscious, even though I'm not chewing. That's disgusting.
Oh, that is
It's just like when
nasty.
it's an ick of mine.
Yeah.
But it's weird because if it was like someone that a friend or something was doing it, I don't think I'll just look at them.
And your mouth is just wet and wet and wet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
And you're chewing bare loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that chewing loud, that combination of those two.
Yeah.
Ick. I had that ick before and I told the person. Okay, one thing about me as well, if you're dating me, if you do something that I find icky, I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
there and then. I'm going to tell you. So people always think I hate them because I'm going to tell them. But this particular one, she used to do it on purpose because every time she used to go, and she's like, I know that you don't find me attractive because of this, but you're gonna find me attractive. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Did it work?
No.
Oh wow.
No.
No. And it's mad because my boy dated her too. And then I was like, oh, how was the experience? We were sharing. I was like, how was the experience? And he said, oh.
This wasn't the one that used to take out a chewing gum and stick it on her bed, the back of her bed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sorry.
That's an
What?
ick. That is an ick.
her wall,
Are you fucking joking?
chewing gum.
And you dated this person?
Well, you didn't
I didn't know.
Did you date her before you knew she stuck her chewing gum
Yeah.
behind?
So after when I went to her house, I saw it.
And you
So-
continued dating after that?
No, it was.
That's
quite
fucking
short-lived.
nasty.
It was short-lived.
It was quite short-lived.
Yeah.
Yo, that's horrible.
But she wouldn't let go. That was.
But she
that
wouldn't-
And it's just chewing gum on the wall.
yeah, on the bed.
It's giving decoration.
Yo,
different
that's
colours.
disgusting.
No, when I used to see that in school, like if I see like
Bubblegum.
under the table, you know, back in school, like you see the chewing gum on the table, that used to make me sick.
Yeah, but I should have known because on our first date, I should have known. I should have known. On our first date, she took out the chewing gum from her mouth and stuck it under the table in the restaurant.
That's disgusting. Even me, like when I'm chewing gum, I take a tissue.
Yeah.
I can't just even throw chewing
In the
gum in the bin. I have to take a tissue. Like that is fucking right. That's disgusting.
I think
No,
that's
wait.
my biggest
Please,
thing.
please. I got a question. How much chewing gum was on the wall?
At least 5 packs of Airways. At least. It was even had extra. She used to chew extra. At least that was a lot because my boy was like, they had a one night stand.
Oh, I'm
actually.
getting hot.
Did they have a one night stand? He was like, fam, did you see the chewing gum? I was like, I saw the chewing gum.
No, that is nasty.
I was like, I saw the chewing gum.
Oh god!
How can you have a wall of chewing gum? You have a wall of chewing gum like it's artwork.
Funny man.
It was like, I thought she was going for a fake because I think there must have been
no.
a year or two between the two of
Can't
us.
focus on the story.
No, there was chewing gum,
Like
on
artwork.
the texture. She was giving the wall texture.
Texture. Yeah.
Do you two realize how disgusting that is?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
I do. I realize how disgusting that
Wow.
is.
Yo, that's wild
It
to me.
Disgusting.
How can you have?
I think that's. I think
Oh,
it's
can't
like
even-
one of
That's the worst thing I've probably heard.
that was really really
Yeah.
icky. And I think after that, I just ick around mouths now sometimes.
Mm.
You
The
what?
chewing gum. And I think we chew gum all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always
yeah,
chew
yeah.
gum. Yeah, but so
Yeah.
listen. When it's not chewing anymore, just throw it in the bin.
Just throw it in the bin.
Yo, you have taught me something today.
Listen.
That's so funny.
Now you're gonna notice it. Now people.
Yeah.
You're gonna...
Chronically bad breath is one for me.
Oh
as well.
yeah.
I don't think anyone should have chronic.
No, but you know the thing. I know people that have bad breath chronically, and then they get in relationships with people, and I think, does that person that you're with, is it a conversation that comes up? There are people out there that can just ignore it. Maybe I think.
No, I can't ignore that.
Yeah, me either.
That's
Like,
uncomfortable.
That's like you're talking to me in my face and you're blowing that breath on me.
But not even talk.
Your
The
lips is-
room is just filling
it's
up.
just filling up with your
You know,
hot
like
breath.
Glade air freshener.
Yeah.
It's just filling up
You're just in that room suffocating. No, I don't know.
like rotten copper pennies.
Mm,
You know, like rusty copper.
No, absolutely not.
Like back tooth is just shaking.
Oh, it's
No, no,
rotten
man.
in there, man.
It's
It's
very crazy.
rotten in there.
That's
That is,
an ick
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
come across any like, dating wise, I haven't come across anyone that smelt bad, like had bad breath or like, well, actually one BO. But we used to have baths together, so I was confused about that. Like
Some
I saw
people
her showered.
just
Yeah, everyone's
smell-
different,
yeah,
innit?
yeah, they just have
And I've
different
never experienced like a bad like scent down there, which is amazing. I've just been lucky. I've just
The hygiene is so important.
Yeah,
oh, it's
it really
number
is.
one.
Hygiene
It's
is
number
so
one.
important.
It's number one.
I'm somebody who gets icks quite. I'm trying to think. I've got another.
And if you know you're having sex, give
Make
it the
sure-
extra special
Yeah.
wash.
Yeah.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna eat your ass.
Yeah,
That shit needs to be clean.
you better clean properly.
It needs to be clean.
Listen, if you know I'm going down there,
Right.
you better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before I get there,
Yeah.
think about what I'm gonna do when I get there, please.
Exactly.
Because I'm thinking about what you're gonna do.
down there.
No. Oh.
A little sweet corn. Sorry. I'm bringing the tone down. I'm
Ooh,
so sorry.
child, that is nasty.
Garden
I think we
peas.
could agree that
Um,
we like cleanliness. Yeah.
yeah, we like.
Yeah.
cleanliness.
I'm big. I'm very big on that.
Very,
Yeah.
very.
I don't think I've any more icks.
No, I don't.
I don't have many. We sound desperate, innit? I don't have icks. Just what?
I just love women.
I think some of my icks are in the moment sometimes.
Right.
Oh, tell me more.
Do you know what I do? I do have a ick for people who are very clumsy. Well, people I'm dating are very
Really?
I
I find that endearing.
No, because it can be unattractive.
unattractive sometimes.
In what sense?
If you're acting like you're too nice, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
them ones.
Drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're just dropping all the time or tripping all the time and so the last girl, okay, I just need to allow her. We're kind of talking a little bit. Even though I keep saying I keep rejecting her. We're kind of talking a little bit. And she dropped her fork. We went out on the weekend. And then she looked at me.
Is that ick for you?
No, because she knows I'm like every time she falls over, I'll be like, here we go again. I have to help you up. Or, like, we went we went away and I bought an ice pack. And she's like, why do you mean? Because you're always tripping. So you might
bless you.
We were gonna do an activity.
Yeah.
No, that is so passive aggressive.
But she
Are you mad?
But she
bought an ice pack.
I thought that was sweet.
She needed the ice pack in the end.
She actually you needed
I
it.
was thinking ahead. That's good. That's what I'm saying. That's sweet.
No, you two together.
And if she was like, "You're taking the piss," yeah, but she's like, "You know what? Cool, fair enough." Fair enough. Yeah. But she finds it funny anyways. I'm glad that she understands.
Yeah,
it. She
yeah.
finds it. It's just part of my sense of humor.
Yeah.
So like when she dropped the fork machine, she was like, "Shut up, man." I didn't say nothing. She's like, "I know your head is talking."
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's funny. It's just funny. It's just something I take the.
But icks are, I think you've raised a good point. Icks are in a moment, you know.
Yeah.
Because I can't think off the top of my head, but there has been times where I'm just like, is that what you do?
Yeah.
I hate people who make noise with their mouth when they talk. So
Oh yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
that honestly, that for me is do I do that?
I don't. think
No, you don't do that. No.
Oh,
you
good,
don't.
good, good.
Yeah.
Someone who does that is the chewing gum thing.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Sorry.
No, please don't start me off again.
No, I think my only other ick is like if someone's too clingy. Like. But
Oh, really?
Yeah. If someone's too,
When you say, because, okay, I'm going to contradict, we're walking contradictions.
okay,
right?
not clingy. Hold on, not clingy. But if somebody's too onto me, like say it's the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And they're so onto me.
When you say so onto you, what does that look like?
Like,
Because I can relate. I'm contradicting myself here
Yeah.
because I kind of get it. So I want to.
how do I explain it? Like somebody, like it's just like you're too interested, like too quickly.
I don't mind that.
No, you're too interested. Let me chase you a little bit. Like I enjoy. Like,
Oh, yeah, I don't do
chasing.
chasing, you know.
Yeah,
I do
but-
the romance and all that.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
not
do the
chasing
chasing.
you. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't
I'm a
really
big
do
lad.
that much chasing, but when I know you're into me, then I want to like, oh, it's sexy. I want to have that like back and forth and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
I don't want you to be like just like giving in too easy. I want to play around a little bit. Like, do you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Basically, if I ask you out, say no first.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, say
So
yes.
she did this whole thing. We had this whole conversation
Yeah.
about being intentional, and we are ending with play games. With
Yeah, play
Basically.
a little bit. Like, don't be too like, don't be too like, I like you. Don't be coming like I like you and like I see all the future and all of that. No.
I don't really mind.
Oh,
that.
absolutely not.
But I don't like the can I see you? You know, like when it's there's this
You want that
want
confidence.
you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But it's not that. It's
yeah.
more so I like you. Like when you're telling me you like me too quickly and all of that. No, I don't.
I think I've had experiences in the past where I don't feel like I've been liked enough. So for me now, that like very clear I like you is so important to me.
It depends
Be
on what you,
very on me.
it depends on what you want as well, though. I guess.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's intention. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not triggered. No, we just shared a little look there. She was like, hey, don't ruin my dating pool, you know. That's what I was saying.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
I will not.
For Richie,
It's been amazing.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a
Honestly,
pleasure.
it's
Thank
been
you.
so good.
What an amazing.
And just to say, like, you two know, I said this when you came onto my show. The way you two got me through lockdown, and I was walking. So I was doing walks from New Cross to Stratford, and I was listening to your podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, while I was doing my walk. So I don't think you realize how many people are tuned in, locked in, and rate what you do. So just thank you so much for having
appreciate
me
it.
and just being amazing.
Appreciate
Honestly,
the support.
appreciate
You coming to our live shows and stuff. Like we see you.
But
We
there.
see the love.
Yeah.
The love.
my
Thank
friends
you.
was creaming her panties. Bro. Honestly,
What?
she was creaming.
No, you baited her out.
We didn't even get, I'm baiting. No, there's a lot of girls that I know. So like growing up, I mean, we didn't even get into this. I know we're closing, but you talk about masculine presenting women and women. I grew up around a lot of queer women, right? Queer black women specifically. And learning about my masculinity, I didn't just do that through men. I did that through women and a lot of queer women.
Yeah.
So at one point in my younger days, I was the encyclopedia of black lesbians in London. So I know so many, and so many want to fuck you both.
Hey,
I don't know what to do. When I told him I was coming on, it was a lot.
hey, come through. Really?
I could have come with about 10 guests, you know.
Wow, DM us.
Entourage, yeah.
Yes, no. We just want to say hi.
Yeah, we just gonna say hi.
I thought I'd sprinkle that in just
I
so
love
you
that.
know. You know what I mean?
I love that.
We ended now, yeah?
That's a good note to end on.
Yeah, even, I can even hear the next the guest buzzing the door. Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure you use the hashtag Tutu's podcast on Twitter. Make sure you rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Until next week, peace.